So here we go. It was always known. When Shomik, what was the day that you did your piece? Devashish Gargi, myself, Shomik, Shubhayan, and Shahid Hashmi will also join us from Pakistan. This was known. This was known that India would not travel. Hybrid model is the only way forward. Whole country knew about it. Everybody knew about it. All of us were saying it. It is now gradually getting public because you have to announce a tentative schedule 3 months before, and that is what is happening at the moment. Shomik, when was the piece that you did, and what is going on at the moment? India is not traveling, so what is the alternative? Is it Dubai? Is it Sharjah? What is going on?
No, basically, we did the piece on 21st of July. Uh, I mean, we got the confirmation, sort of confirmation from the ICC that it's going to be a hybrid model like it happened in the Asia Cup last year. And now BCCI has written a letter to the PCB saying, citing security concerns, saying that we will not going to Pakistan. Pakistan offered that you don't have to be put up in Pakistan. You can be in Chandigarh. You can for the match days. You can go to Lahore. You can go to Rawalpindi or Lahore, and you can come back to India. So from that point of view, but BCCI said nothing doing. We had a discussion with the Indian government, and we didn't get the permission. So please shift all our matches to Dubai, and that is BCCI standpoint. And BCCI at the moment is refusing to budge, and it is very unlikely that they will refuse to budge. It was actually on July 15th. The story we broke the story.
Shubhan, you did the live on Hindi today, and it was again on expected lines that India is not traveling. Before Shahid joins, and Shahid will kind of give us the Pakistani perspective. Your thoughts, Shubhan, always was on. See, this is the story: Champions Trophy in hybrid model, a possibility, says ICC Insider. July 15, 2024, by Shomik Chakraborty. Exactly what is happening at the moment. So this was our story 3 months, 4 months back. But again, I've got to say this, that it was always likely and always on the cards. So this is, so what are you hearing, Shubhan? Is it Dubai? Is it Sharjah? What is more likely?
Absolutely, Boreas. I think, and that's why we have not done any separate story, because it's since it's not yet official. There's no point doing a separate story, because we have already broken it as Shamik and the screenshot we saw of our website. It was done on 15 July, and today morning also. Since it's a developing story, since we need a side of we need both the sides of the story. From Indian perspective, it was clear that they are not going to travel to Pakistan. No chance whatsoever. From Pakistani side, there was some speculation, some rumors brewing out. It brewed after S. Jaishankar met a couple of Pakistani government officials during one of the meets recently, not long back, and there were some rumors coming from the Pakistani side that the discussions have started. India might come to Pakistan. Lahore has been kept as their venue for all the matches, but there was no chance whatsoever for Indian team to travel to Pakistan for the World Cup. UAE, as we have always mentioned, that it is going to be the alternative venue, the venue for all the India matches, and that is what is going to happen now. Now, Mohsin Naqvi, the PCB chairman, is still saying that there is no official word from the BCCI. But he has to save his face. He doesn't have any. If he comes out in public and say the BCCI has informed, then the PCB will look smaller in terms of their capacity or capability in front of the BCCI. So no way he's going to come out in public and say, because he's not going to. He will face public wrath if he comes out in public. So just to save his face, he's giving such statements. But BCCI, the Indian government, has already informed that no way we are going to travel to Pakistan. So Dubai is going to be the venue for India matches in the Champions Trophy. Boriala.
I am
Shahid
just
Hashmi
picking it up
apparently is
from.
listening to the now. Shahid Hashmi is listening to Shubhan, but why is his camera off? He has to show his. Yeah, there you
There he
go.
is.
So there you
Tyson is
go.
here.
Shahid bhai, why are you putting your camera on off mode? Devashish, Gargi, Shubhan, Shomik, and I, all of us need to see you. Firstly, the Shubho festive season, not the best news with India not traveling to Pakistan. Before I go to Devashish and Gargi, Shahid bhai, your thoughts? It was known. It was known. We had done a story. It was always on the cards. It was a political call, a government call, but still, Your thoughts on this news coming out now that it's getting official that India will not travel to Pakistan? How disappointed are you, or were you hoping that hope against hope India will come? Thoughts?
Hope against the hope. I am a born optimist. I think it's a penultimate blow to Pakistan's hosting rights. I am a born optimist. I will say that's a hope against hope. There are still 4 months left. There is an ICC delegation coming to Pakistan in Lahore next week. They are due to inspect all the facilities, the upgradation of the stadiums, and they are due to announce the schedule as well. Maybe they won't announce the venues next week. They will still put on hold whether India is traveling to Pakistan or not. Pakistan is still confident that there will be some solution coming out of this because they have given several options to India. One good option was to stay in Amritsar, play their matches in Lahore, and then go back. It will be very disappointing, hugely disappointing for the future generations of players, future generation of fans that India do not travel to Pakistan. Recently, Wasim Akram said in Australia in a media interaction that youth, the fans waiting for Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Rishabh Pant, and other players to come to Pakistan and watch them because there was some video clips also in Lahore after a PCB Qaid Azam Trophy game that some of the youth were wearing Virat Kohli shirt, Rohit Sharma shirt, and Rishabh Pant shirt. So it would be a huge blow for Pakistan cricket if India does not travel to Pakistan.
Devashish, unfortunately, that's the political reality of our times. I mean, I don't see India traveling. I know Shahid Bhai is hoping, and his optimism and being where he is. It is only. I understand his position as well. That you've got to hope that India someday will come, but ground realities are such that India's travel to Pakistan looks highly unlikely. Devashish, your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. As Shomikda broke the story on our website on way back in July 15, it was always on the cards because in BCCI will only go what the Indian government directs them to. So in no way that BCCI will go out of their way and travel to Pakistan if they do not get the go ahead or the green signal for the Indian government. So it was always on the cards that India won't be traveling to Pakistan for the Champions Trophy. And as Shubhan said, hybrid model is the best option, and it has already been proved. It's not that this is the first time that a hybrid option has been available. So it has already been seen that India have played in hybrid model um, before with Pakistan having the hosting rights in one of the ICC events in the past. So as things stand, until and unless the Indian government gives the green signal, India is very unlikely to travel to Pakistan to play the Champions Trophy.
Kargi, the problem is Dubai, which is the other option. India's rights, rather India's record in Dubai is pathetic. Whether it is the men's team, whether it is the women's team, the moment it is Dubai, my heart sinks. Again, 2021, Pakistan blew us away. 2024, women again gone. I mean, multiple times we have seen in Dubai, the moment there is an event in Dubai, my heart sinks. Oh Lord, again Dubai. Thoughts?
That's why I would say come to Lahore. You won a series, ODI series, 2004, 3-2. What a catch Sachin Tendulkar took of Inzamam-ul-Haq to turn the tables. So why not come to Lahore? Pindi also. Pindi, you won the Test series in 2004. 2008, you played the to Asia Cup final against Sri Lanka in Karachi. So Pakistan is always an auspicious ground for India. And remember, 2004 tour was only made possible 2 weeks before the tour started. 2 weeks before the tour started, and Indian media all the time from Perth quoting unknown players from Australian tour that Pakistan will not be going to Pakistan. And then 2 weeks later, India arrived in Karachi. What a match! One day international in Karachi. What a series in Lahore, Karachi, and Rawalpindi, and then the Test series. So it's a penultimate blow. Today we got a very good news from Adelaide, Pakistan winning a one-day international against Pakistan. So mood was very bright, very sparkling. People were very happy on the street saying that Pakistan have finally beaten Australia, and then suddenly this sad news comes. I still hope there will be a turnaround and a huge turnaround.
Gargi, before you answer, Shahid Hashmi is a very good journalist. Point taken. Good singer. Point taken. Extremely good host. Point taken. I did not know he's also a very good public relations professional. PCB should now employ him as a public relations marketing guy.
I
Also,
was
Pakistan government. The way he jumped on.
I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. I will never join PCB.
no,
Whether you join
I was
PCB, Pakistan government will take you after what you just, the way you manage the issue right now, 2004. Shahid Hashmi has a different job in the marketing department of the government, no question. Kargi Rao, thoughts. Dubai is a problem, boss. Dubai is not the best hunting ground for India.
No, I was just about to say this, that if there's anyone who can, convince the Indian government in BCCI come to Pakistan, it would be Shahid sir. And maybe he needs to be the one. He needs to be the spokesperson
And
for India.
my request to Mr. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, please send your team. You are a big statesman. You have cordial relationship with the whole world. Why not cordial relationship? At least take the first step by sending your team. My request to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and I'm a great fan of him.
But yeah.
So Shahid Hashmi has made an appeal also to the Indian Prime Minister, but I think this is a political issue. It cannot be judged on a sports platform by requests being made from journalists or any one of us. It's a far more delicate and sensitive issue. We are not there or not here to judge the reasons, but we are just stating facts as to what is going on at the moment. And this is what we've seen and heard and told for a long time, that it looks unlikely. If things change, we will report that. We are not taking a position on it. But Gargi, are you? If it does go to the Middle East, which is likely, it has not been working for India for a pretty long time.
It hasn't been, and I think the records are for everyone to see. But again, at the same time, records are meant to be broken. And with this Indian team, I'm quite optimistic still, even though we haven't seen incredible performances in the recent past. But I'm still optimistic. I'm still counting on key players to come in and save the day for India, because at this time, I think just like Indian cricket fans needed that T20 World Cup trophy, India also needs to come back at this point. I think we're starting to lose hope once again, and a turnaround in Dubai is just what we need.
Shahid bhai, give me a sequence. What is going to happen? When is the schedule coming out? What have you heard? When is the ICC visit to Pakistan? What is the on-ground reality? And honestly, I mean, Shubhayan was telling something that Mohsin Naqvi is on record saying that he still hasn't received anything from the BCCI. What have you heard? Is the PCB still optimistic? What is the ground reality in Pakistan, Shahid bhai?
Well, my sources say that PCB is aware that India will not travel. They have not yet written them. And Mohsin Naqvi came out in Lahore in a media talk saying that we have not received any official decision from Board of Cricket for Control in India. When we get this officially, we'll definitely speak to our government, and then we will decide whether to host this tournament on a hybrid model or not. So in between the lines, he's shown fears that India might write to Pakistan Cricket Board and give their official statement that yes, we are not being allowed by our government to come and travel to Pakistan. We have security fears. So if that comes to it happens, then PCB will definitely get instructions from the Pakistan government, and then they will decide. My sources say that International Cricket Council delegation is arriving in Lahore on 12th morning, and they will monitor the upgradation of the stadiums, which is rightly on time, although it is a race against time, a big race against time. If ever Pakistan abandon or let go the hosting rights, that will be on the upgradation of the stadium, which is always a race against time. And when there is a construction matter, it always get delayed. So Pakistan Cricket Board is still confident this delegation will come, monitor the situation, and they are due to announce a schedule on 15th of November. But let's see what they do, because there are reports also that they will announce a schedule, dates, which team play which team on which date, but the venues will not be decided.
Shubhan, so what's the future? Is there any other option, or it's hybrid model now? And this is the future for world cricket. Also remember, this will be Jay Shah's first international assignment as ICC boss. So it's not just BCCI. Jay will also have to steer world cricket forward. He has had a good stint. He will be taking over as ICC boss. This will be his first major event. So in that sense, a lot of attention will be on this particular tournament. You tell me before I go to Shomik and Devashish. Shubhan.
Yes, I agree that he will be under the scanner. He will have all the eyeballs from all around the cricketing world. Whether he is able to steer this tournament or not. But this is not the first time the hybrid model is happening. In the previous tenure, also during the Asia Cup, we saw some of the matches being shifted to Sri Lanka. All the India matches were played in Sri Lanka. So this is not the first time it is happening. So in that regard, I don't think there will be heavy criticism around Jaisha as the ICC president, and there should not be because it's not in his hand as ICC president also, as ICC chair also. He can't control what the Indian government is saying or what the Indian government is asking the BCCI to do. So it is not in his hand, nor will be in the hands of whoever the next BCCI secretary is. So in that regard, it is safe. But what will be critical in Jay Shah's tenure will be when India hosts the 2026 T20 World Cup in India. That is where I think the Pakistan can make things tricky. PCB can make things tricky for the BCCI, for the hosts of that T20 World Cup. So in that year, I think that still it is a couple of years away, but I think PCB can make things tricky because whatever I have read about, I have not listened to Mohsin Naqvi's statement today, but whatever he has said that if BCCI tries to do political angle, tries to bring in the political angle, then in the future Pakistan government and PCB might also do so. So I have read it in Twitter, so I can't verify it whether it's true or not, but that is what it is being written by some of the Pakistani journalists or Pakistani media on Twitter. So let's see. But I think this Champions Trophy won't be that big an issue. But the T20 World Cup in the future might become an issue because India is hosting that.
Let me say three things here before I go to Shomik and Devashish. One, Jay Shah absolutely doesn't control this.
Right.
Absolutely. This is a political call being taken by the political establishment of India. So, for anyone, whether it is Mohsin Naqvi or anyone, to say that BCCI is trying to make it political will be wrong. This is not BCCI trying to make it political. BCCI is just following the advice, the guidance, and the diktat of the political establishment of this country, just like PCB will follow the diktat of the Pakistani political establishment. It's as simple as that. Number two, I also think, and I'm on record saying this is Jay Shah's opportunity to take cricket to a different level as ICC boss and become Jay Shah and establish himself as an administrator of a different standing. This is an opportunity for him because his father is the home minister of this country. There is always that tag attached to him. I think the ICC position, and he's earned it, is an opportunity for Jay Shah to steer world cricket in a direction that gives him a kind of identity which is very distinct and very different and credible. So I think Jay will be looking forward to this stint as ICC boss. And what Shubhan said, if he can steer world cricket in a direction in 2026, getting these two countries together, because look, world cricket cannot do without India and Pakistan. At the same time, Jay will have to be conscious of the political realities and ground realities of India and Pakistan. Number three, does the Pakistan establishment have an alternative? Because the financial might of the Indian state is such, or the Indian board is such, that there is that geopolitical reality and economic reality also, which one has to keep in mind. Unfortunately, neither Shahid Bhai nor any one of us are in a position to comment more on this, more so for Shahid Bhai, because he's sitting in Pakistan and I don't want to put him in a spot. But that is also an economic reality that the Pakistan establishment cannot just undermine. They need the money. All of a sudden, you can't say we will not host the tournament or we will not travel to India because these are geopolitical realities of our times. India did not travel for the Asia Cup. Pakistan did come for the World Cup. That is a proven fact. That is a given fact. And unfortunately, that is the ground reality of our time. Shomik Chakraborty, what is the way forward? Shahid Hashmi clearly outlined what is going on. Before I go to Devashish, Shomik, your thoughts.
I think it was always on the cards in the sense, I mean, there was some hope, especially in the Pakistan quarters after Mr. Jaishankar went for the SCO meeting and met Mr. Ishaq Dar. And I think Shahid Bhai would attest that Mr. Mohsin Naqvi was present there and bilateral cricket was discussed during their interaction. But the but the fact of the matter is that at the moment, the Indian government, and once again, we reiterate that is India. This is Indian government's call. This is not BCCI's call, nor is it Jaisha's call. So the Indian government is not ready to allow in the Indian cricket team to go to Pakistan, be it for a bilateral series or for a for an ICC event or at a neutral venue. The Indian government has no problems facing Pakistan. So this is the reality, and this is Indian government's call. So unless there is an 11th hour U-turn or something miraculous happens, um, Indian board, what I don't know what Mr. Mershid Naqvi has said, but our understanding is that our sources has confirmed that BCCI has written a letter, and BCCI has clearly mentioned that India will play their matches in Dubai.
Gargi, Shubhan has just sent in our group about the Mohsin
Right.
Naqvi interaction. Rohan is
If I,
getting that.
if I, yeah,
Yeah, tell me.
if I can just give a quote or two from that entire media interaction. He has said that for the past few years, Pakistan has continued to show good gestures, and we hope that we are not expected to show good gestures each time. From what I know, every country wants that Champions Trophy take place here. I am in contact with several boards, and various members have expressed their desire to come and play in Pakistan. I hope and God willingly, everyone will be patient and cool-headed and play the tournament where it is happening. This is what he's saying right
Rajesh, then clearly this is a statement where he's trying to be firm, which is expected of a board chief from Pakistan. But at the same time, what is not mentioned here is this: if he implies that BCCI is supposed to take this call, it is not BCCI's call. BCCI will just be relaying what the Indian government decides on this matter. It's as simple as that. So it is not Jai Shah's call or anybody or Roger Binny's call. It is the Indian government that will instruct the board of control to do what it thinks best in the circumstances. So how do you kind of see Mohsin Naqvi's statement here to the media? Because we've got the video now. I'll go to Shahid Hashmi also before I first you speak, then I'll go to Shahid Hashmi on this. Devajish.
Yeah, obviously, guys, it means, clearly, as according to the statement the Mohsin Naqvi has made, that clearly he wants India to go out there and play, trusting the security arrangements there. But then it all depends on the Indian government, and gone are those days when you look back at 2004. I still remember that incredible statement from Atal Bihari Vajpayee to Saurav Ganguly. When he told that match jitna nahi hai, dil bhi jitna hai, and that to me, that statement from Atal Bihari Vajpayee even reverberates in my ears. Means what a statement from the Indian Prime Minister then. So, but then gone are those days. We have seen several instances of the terrorist. Attacks happening in Pakistan. So and clearly there seems to be a thin line, because clearly cricket boards like Australia and England have traveled to Pakistan and played series. But when it comes to India, it is completely a take which has to be taken by the Indian government, not the BCCI. And you make a very valid point, Boryada, when you say that Jaisa is the ICC chairman, and his father is the home minister. So so it goes to be seen, if suppose in the next 4 months, we really don't know. But as of now, it looks very bleak. It looks very unlikely that India is going to travel to Pakistan to play the Champions Trophy.
Yeah, Shubhan, before we'll play the clip also before I go to Shahid Bhai and Gargi. Yeah, tell me.
Devashisha mentioned about the terrorist attack. See, England, New Zealand, Australia, all the big teams have gone there and played their respective crickets. But in their countries, if I have to defend my country as an Indian, then Australia, England, New Zealand, these countries have not been subjected to terrorist attack. And I firmly feel terrorism has no religion, they have no country, no nationality. But their countries have not been subjected to terrorist attacks. Our country has suffered that. So that is what my take is in this whole regard.
See, listen. This is a choice of the Indian government. Because England has gone or Australia has gone doesn't necessarily mean India will go. Never will. Same for Pakistan. because in some other country is coming, so Pakistan has to come. No, it is the Indian government's decision and the Pakistan government's decision to decide what its cricket teams will do. It's as simple as that. And none of us are here in a position to comment on that, and neither will we, because this is not our remit or our jurisdiction. Let's play 1 minute of the Shahid Mohsin Naqvi interaction, Shahid Bhai, and then you and Gargi can comment on it. Ron, can you play that?
आज सबको पहले तो पूरी कौम को और मुबारक को, पाकिस्तान ने आज तकरीबन 2017 के बाद ऑस्ट्रेलिया को शिकस्त दी है, और मैं इसका क्रेडिट दूंगा पूरी टीम को जो खेली है, जो साथ है, जो बैक एंड पे है, जो सपोर्ट स्टाफ है, जो यहाँ बैठा है। हमेशा की तरह एक टीम वर्क है, और मुझे उम्मीद है इंशाल्लाह ताला ये टीम, अगर कोई ऐसी चीज़ होगी और इन राइटिंग वो हमें देंगे, एक तो हमें काबिल कबूल भी वही होगा कि हमें वो इन राइटिंग दें अगर किसी को कोई इतराज़ है। दूसरे नंबर पर हमारे से आज के दिन तक, इस वक्त तक कोई हाइब्रिड मॉडल पे ना बात हुई है, ना हम उसके ऊपर बात करने के लिए तैयार हैं। जहाँ तक रही बात कि इंडियन मीडिया क्या रिपोर्ट कर रहा है, अगर इंडियन मीडिया रिपोर्ट कर रहा है तो उसके साथ कोई तो लेटर होगा जो आईसीसी हमें देगा, या इंडियन बोर्ड ने अपने कहीं पे लिखा होगा। तो अभी तक तो मेरे तक या पीसीबी तक ऐसा कोई लेटर नहीं पहुंचा है। हम आज भी चाहते हैं कि
It's pretty clear there, Shahid Bhai. There's no official communication so far, and that's what Mohsin Naqvi is saying. And he was about to say that he wants this thing to get resolved. But again, that is at a cricket level. आपने अभी सुना शाहिद भाई ये interaction? Comment on this.
Well, he'll be firm that Pakistan will be hosting. There are no official decision conveyed to Pakistan Cricket Board from the BCCI. So he'll say this until and unless in the next 2 weeks we'll have a ICC delegation visit completed by then. Then we'll have a schedule announced. If the schedule announced does not have venues, then we might say that yes, India is officially conveyed to Pakistan Cricket Board and to the ICC that they are not
Shahid
sending
Bhai,
their team to Pakistan.
do you think they will announce the schedule without venues or with venues? Will
They
Pakistan play
may,
hardball? Will Pakistan play
yeah,
hardball and say no, we will announce it with venues? Let India come forward and say no, we will not go. Will they take a hard line, or will they announce the schedule without venues? You think?
I think they should not take a hard stance on that. Let them announce without a venue, and maybe in the next 1 month or so, there are things change. Things might change because you raise a very valid point that Jay Shah will be wearing a different cap come December 1st. He will be the ICC chairman. He will have to carry international cricket forward. He will have to earn the respect of all the board members in the ICC and respect Pakistan because they are the Champions Trophy winners. They are the defending champions. They have not staged an international event since 1996. So they have to show respect to Pakistan, and Jay Shah will be in a different role. They might say, or some of the member boards might say to Jay Shah that now you are the chairman, you have a different role to play. So maybe they will wait on it and let ICC announce schedule without the venues.
Gargi, if I was Jay Shah, and I'm not, if I was Jay Shah, but my call would have been simple, that if this is ICC might want a certain thing, BCCI might want a certain thing, but as ICC boss, all that Jay Shah can do is request the BCCI. But the BCCI has no locus standi on this and has to go to the Indian political establishment. That's where it becomes an issue. This is not in ICC's hands or in Jay's hands or in the BCCI's hands. Ultimately, this is a government call. And the moment the government cites security concerns, neither the ICC nor the BCCI is in a position to do anything. No, and frankly, the moment that there's a security concern cited by the government, there is no sanction either. And we all know this thing now. We know this, how it can pan out. So Jai actually, however much people might say, oh, Jai has to do it, his role is pretty limited in this. So to just blame Jai Shah would be completely wrong, because Jai Shah actually is not in a position to influence this call either way. Gargi Rao.
Exactly. I mean, Jay Shah at this point is no one to blame. If he was the BCCI secretary like he was before, then it would have made sense to, point the blame or point the finger towards Jay Shah. But at this point he has to stay pretty neutral and consider everyone's best interests in this decision. And PCB, he has to look after PCB, he has to look after BCCI. So it doesn't really make sense to blame Jay Shah for whatever is happening. But at the same time, it's quite interesting to hear that no official communication about hybrid model or so has been done between PCB or BCCI or ICC, because at this point you think that BCCI would be proactive and get a letter or anything that says that from the government that India will not and should not and must not go to Pakistan, because that just straightens things out. Things are no longer complicated once the government is involved, and you have a clear cut guideline from the government that you cannot go because you're the biggest stars in India and we cannot handle any security threats or whatever if God forbid something happens. So which is yeah.
Shubhan, this question, one policy should be there for every sport, cricket or hockey or Olympics. This is actually a question that has been doing the rounds for a long time. That why is it that other teams are not? But there is a question here. Is it, it is also about the cricket team, because the cricket team being what it is, can, God forbid, can be a target. Your volleyball team, who cares? Today, if the 11 members of a volleyball team goes, there will not even be 2 cows and 3 dogs watching, right? I mean, that is the unfortunate ground reality. But if it's a cricket team, if it's a gymnastics team, no one watches. If there's a other team, no one watches. So, you can cut. So I'm not trying to play dead, but the truth is, the cricket series is way high profile, Shubhan, and that is the ground reality of our times. We can't avoid this. So to say that, you have to have a stick for all, doesn't really work, does it, Shubhan?
Boria, if you take all the recent terrorist attacks that have happened, 9/11, 26/11, Mumbai train blast, all have focused on inflicting the maximum damage and garnering the maximum eyeballs as much as possible. Attacking a volleyball team, of course it will have media headlines, it will have its own thing. But if you attack like what happened with the Sri Lankan team, it garnered the entire focus of the entire worldwide media because it was a cricket team with Muralidharan, Jayawardene, Sangakkara, all the big players in that particular bus. If the same happens, see, again I'll say, terrorism has no religion, it has no nationality, but whatever terrorists try to do with their motive is to inflict maximum damage. And attacking, even if anything does, nothing happens to the Indian players, a single stone will garner maximum worldwide coverage, and that is what the terrorists want. Even if they don't have any gunshots, a single small stone will have worldwide coverage, and I think that is what the terrorists will want, to show their power, to show their threat in that country.
Shubhan, I'll ask this question to Shomik. Shomik, from the Pakistan standpoint, at this point in time, Pakistan has hosted a number of teams and they've done it well. Okay, they're hosting the PSL. Things are okay. Why do you want to take a chance with India? Suppose something happens, and as Shubhan is saying, one stone, one nonsense. And by the way, this Pakistan, and I'm completely dissociating anyone. People like Shahid Hashmi are friends of ours. We have some enormously great friends. When Shahid Hashmi comes
We
to
met
India,
we met during the 2023 World Cup, and I can see he got immense love from everyone in Ahmedabad and wherever he went.
That's what I'm saying.
Just,
There are
just
friends
one
in
point.
Pakistan. There are friends in Pakistan who will come home. We will go. Having said that, the cricket team is different. And that is where it becomes problematic. It is not a volleyball team or a gymnastics team or a shooting team or a football team also. The cricket team
I just
is kind of different here, Shomik. Your thoughts?
I just want to add one thing, that the level of security threat to India in Pakistan is the same to Pakistan team in India, because Pakistan team came in 2016, came in 2023 now, and they will again travel whenever India hosts Asia Cup in 2025. But one match was shifted from Dharamshala to Kolkata in 2016 World Cup on the threat from extremists. But did ever a single match was shifted on India's tour to Pakistan in 2004, 2006, and 2008? So level of security threat is the same for both the teams.
But by the ground reality is not the same. Na? Level of security threat could be the same. The perception, India has not traveled after that. The fact is, what we were just saying, that once the political reality between both countries reaches a situation where our external affairs ministry led by Jai Shankar or the home ministry is convinced that yes, it is now in a situation where things can go, only then can the political establishment consider. Sadly, this is a political call. The level of security threat is
But
one
please,
thing, but under what,
but at least respect Pakistan for sending its team in 2016 despite threats. Respect
no one is
Pakistan
saying
to
that
send
at
its
all.
team. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, Pakistan has sent the team. Pakistan team, even during the last World Cup, was welcomed with open arms. Pakistani journalists like yourself, Majid Bhai, everybody else was welcomed with open arms. And there is no two ways that whenever a Pakistan team comes to India, whether a journalist, whether a cricketer, whether whoever comes to India will be well. There is no debate, Shahid Bhai, on that. There is no debate. Ultimately, people to people contact has to be at that level. But this, all I'm saying is, from a political standpoint, the Indian team traveling is a political call. And as Shubhan said, could garner maximum international attention if something goes wrong, both from the Pakistani standpoint and the Indian standpoint. And the Indian government has every reason to take its decision independently of any sentiment. It will take care only about India's security interests and national interests. Shomik, your thoughts.
Yeah, and Shahid Bhai, my association or my connection with you goes back to 2004, and we can never forget the hospitality, the welcome. I mean, the hospitality we had. I mean, the cab drivers refusing to take money. All said and done, unfortunately, it is the government's call. Even Jaisha, and whether Jai Shah is Amit Shah's son, but that is not relevant here in the sense if certain government has a policy decision, they cannot change it for one individual. That, even if that individual is the home minister's son and he is the ICC chairman elect. So if it is the policy decision of the government, that is the policy decision of the government. So this is as hands are tied. But Shahid bhai, I just wanted to ask you two things. One is that we have clear, we have a clear, I mean, we got it from our sources that BCCI has already written a letter to PCB. Mr. Naqvi is denying that. He's saying he hasn't received it. Number, do you think that the letter, I mean, what is there anything between the lines what Mr. Naqvi is saying? And number two, when are the delegation coming? 12th of November, the ICC delegation is coming, and 15th, they are going to put out the schedule.
Well, 12th is the date. We are told that the ICC delegation is coming, and on BCCI's letter or email to Mohsin Naqvi, maybe he's too busy. His interior minister also has not checked his email today.
Shahid actually giving
Shahid
the
bhai,
outside of some
Shahid
voluntary
bhai,
admission.
if PCB ropes in Shahid bhai as their PR face, Shami bhai's job would be in danger.
No, no, Sami is already leaving on December 1st. We'll have a different person. I'm better off as a journalist. I have had so many offers joining the PCB, but PCB has so many frequent changes that I'll be on the road if I accept any role in the PCB.
The best answer. PCB has so many changes that Shahid Bhai will be on the road if he joins the PCB. There could
I
not
have
have been
forced
a
out
better
to
answer.
I have forced out to bring up the youngest one wants to play football in India and Barcelona. So I have to earn money to make him a football player like Messi and Ronaldo.
Great hopes, great aspirations, and that's how a dad should be. I'll end there, Shahid Bhai, with you because we've got to go to the Indian tour of Australia. But thanks for joining. I love your optimism. I love your hope. Unfortunately, the ground reality is different, with which neither can you
I
nor
will
any one of us can do anything.
I want to end this episode on a song.
Please.
When this team Rev Sports will land in Lahore on February the 13th, 2025, I will sing a song. बहुत शुक्रिया बड़ी मेहरबानी मेरी जिंदगी में मामा को आए कदम चूम लो या के आंखें बिछा दूं करूं क्या ये मेरी बोरियत समझ में ना आए.
Shahid bhai, you sing very well. We will give it to you. We will get you on many more songs. Unfortunately, the Red Sports team will not land because India won't go. That's the ground reality. We will see.
You
We
will
will
come
see
with
what
India
happens.
team. You will come with India team. You will come with
As I
India
say,
team.
if India,
Inshallah.
listen,
Guys,
Shahid
Saran,
bhai,
I have to record a video also.
if
Anytime,
India
Shubhayan.
does go,
Anytime, please.
if India does go, make no mistake, we will send the biggest delegation with the team to cover. Make no mistake. But
Inshallah. God
as I
willing.
said,
God willing.
fingers crossed. This is a government call. This will be decided by the Indian government, and there are no other interests who have even an iota of chance to influence this. None of
Agreed.
us.
Agreed.
So we will
Agreed.
respect the
Agreed.
government's
And
call.
don't forget to bring Kaju ki barfi for me.
100%.
वो आपको ऐसे भेज देंगे. वो आपको ऐसे ही भेज देंगे. आप इंडिया जाओ, आप डबल खिला देंगे आपको. All the best. Shubhan, you and Shahid
Inshallah.
bhai
और
have
Thank
हम
to
you.
record a statement.
और शाहिद भाई हम लोग जाए तो वो फूड अनारकली बाजार में वो खाना खिलाना चाहिए.
100%. 100%.
This is now degenerating into a pure
Food.
adda, which is not the case. We have to discuss KL Rahul. So, Shahid Hashmi and Shubhan, you record with Shahid bhai in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
see.
I'll send you the link straight
Thank you
away,
very
sir.
much. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Shahid bhai, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
joining.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
thanks.
Thank you. Always welcome. Always welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Shubhan Chakraborty, Devashish Sen, Gargi Raut, and Shomik Chakraborty. Straight question. Shubhan has also left. So, Shomik, Devashish, Gargi, tell me, what is wrong with KL Rahul? 44 balls, 43 balls of no alarm. All of a sudden, something he does. It is incredible. He decides to, the ball missing leg stump by at least a yard, and he decides to pad it to the wicket. Shovik Chakraborty, how on earth? Why on earth? What is going on? KL Rahul had negotiated Scott Boland, had negotiated Nathan McAndrew. All of a sudden, he does that. Is it here or is it what?
Absolutely. I think it is here. I mean, it's about being in a confused headspace. KL Rahul, I think what I see, I didn't see anything wrong with his batting until that point. He negotiated Scott Boland very well, and he was getting into the groove. I think he's putting a lot of pressure on himself, as if he's playing under pressure. You will have to perform. I mean, otherwise, this is the end of the world. The the load of the entire world is on his shoulder. So, I this is completely related to mind. He is not in the right mind space, and that is the problem. I'm not doubting KL Rahul's ability with the bat at all. And at the end of the day, if Rohit doesn't play the first test, he will have to open the innings with just a C. Jaiswal. But I think he's not there with an uncluttered mind, and that needs to be taken into account uh, by him, by whoever it is, by those who are closest to him. That needs to be sorted out. Otherwise, it gave me a vibe of a Basit Ali dismissal many years ago against Shane Warne, but that was against Shane Warne. Shane Warne can confuse you, and an Australian spinner shouldn't confuse you. Why did he look so confused? I don't know, but it's about the not having in the right headspace. That is the problem.
Devajish Sen, I had a chat with MSK Prasad and a long chat. Before even I could finish my question, he started jumping, saying, "It's in the mind, it's in the mind, it's in the mind." I said, "What?" He said, "Look, if you go and check KL Rahul's innings, Ravi and Virat were able to get the best out of KL Rahul periodically. Then again, Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid was able to get the best out of KL Rahul. After 6 months of injury, if he can come and do what he did in the World Cup, keeping the way he did, etc., etc., he has the talent. He scored in South Africa, he scored in England, he scored in Australia. But he always needs a supporting hand, somebody to take care of him mentally, to prop him up, to sort of move with him. Rohit and Virat under Ravi and Rahul Dravid were able to do that. Now it is on Gautam Gambhir and Rohit Sharma, maybe even Jasprit Bumrah to be able to do that. Devashish Sen, your thoughts?
As Shomik just said, it has got, he himself has to sort out this issue. Means it's a clear mental block. Means he has to get out of it. Obviously, there has been lots spoken about his strike rate, but in test match you don't talk about strike rate. But the manner in which he got out today, got dismissed today, means it was a real shocker. So I think there's still some time. I think KL Rahul has the temperament, has the technique. It's all about mind. If he gets that sorted, I think he is just one innings away from getting a big score.
Devashish Sen, words of confidence, optimism, and positivity, which is important at this point in time. Gargi Rao, same question. As historians, we are always told that there is no perfect history. However much you can study, you can write for 10 years, you will not be able to write the perfect history. There is no perfect history that exists. KL Rahul seems to me to be continuously trying to perfect his technique, more and more perfect. More in doing so, he gets into that mind space where his run scoring or anything else becomes secondary to he kind of falls prey, a victim to his own quest for perfection. That is what happens with KL Rahul. Your thoughts?
This answer I will give as someone who's played the sport and not as a journalist right now. Because when I see KL Rahul batting, when I saw his body language and the way that he got out today, it is crystal clear that he's struggling in the head. He's struggling mentally at this point, and very much so because I see some things that I've also done in my career is either he's overthinking or he's not thinking at all. Either he's overthinking what he needs to play next, or I need to play today, I need to play long, I need to prove myself, this needs to be a redemption day. Either all these thoughts are going on in his head, or he's just thinking so much that he's not able to execute. Cricket is all about letting that muscle memory take over. It's about letting your instincts take over, and that's not what is happening with KL Rahul right now. What's happening with KL is that his mind is taking over and his thoughts are taking over. Sometimes they can be incredibly positive or incredibly negative, and right now it's clear that KL Rahul has a mental block. I hope, I think it also could be that the pressure that he gets from social media. Maybe he goes on at night and reads a little bit or something like that. Whatever it is, it's clearly troubling him. And at this point, if this is not clear to the management, then no one can help him. This is the time for management to step in and get him help, to get him a good coach,
Gargi,
mental coach.
Yeah, Shomik.
Gargi, I think, I mean, looking at him, I mean, I saw him against Bangladesh also. Then he played against New Zealand. I think he's playing with the fear of failure. It looks like he's
Yes,
playing with
yes,
the fear
that's
of
what I was saying.
failure. And the thing is that apparently, he's not getting the help from the team management, that arm around the shoulder. Because see what happened, he played a good knock against Bangladesh in Kanpur. In Bangalore, in the first innings, he got a duck. Four other batters got a duck, right? In the second innings, he got a very, very good ball. It was a very good ball with the second new ball. He perished. Before that, he played a very good shot. He perished. And then he was summarily dropped, right? So that fear of failure may be there. That I will not be given a long rope by this management. Maybe that is working on his mind also.
Devashish Sen, the problem when we keep talking about this mental aspect, it is, and now I'm kind of asking you a question which is a difficult one. If I go and tell you, Devashish, আমার না জ্বর হয়েছে, I have fever, you will tell me go to a doctor and get some medicine, right? You will tell me that. I might go and tell you, Devashish, I have knee pain. You will say, okay, go to an orthopedic, get yourself examined and sort it out. The moment I tell you, Devashish, I know there's a problem with me in the mind. I'm mentally not good. I'm depressed. I can't figure it out. You will either tell me or the world will tell me, अरे की बोलছিস? What are you talking about? क्या बोल रहा है यार? ठीक हो जाओ. Yeah, are you weak or what? Are you fancy or what? Are you not getting it sorted? The moment it's a mental issue, we still kind of challenge, saying, "Arey, what are you talking about? It's not. I mean, get yourself back. Come on, it's easy." The truth is, Devashish, it is okay to be not okay. I can be mentally unwell or mentally not at my best. KL Rahul is entitled to being mentally not at his best. What is the problem? It is like any other ailment. Let's sort it out. Let's get him some mental conditioning help and sort it out. That's it. Devashish Sen, thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. You said it rightly. Means why not in the BCCI appoints a mental conditioning coach? And it's not that the BCCI hasn't done so. They have done so many times before. Means the 2003 we had a Sandy Gordon, we had a Rudy Webster. So we had a KKR, the IPL franchise also had sports psychologists or so why on earth that BCCI with so much of money does not invest in a mental conditioning coach or a sports psychologist means and so and given that this is a very important series, a marquee series, and it's a bit baffling because someone like a KL Rahul who can never be questioned about his technique or his skills. It's all been mental. So I think that only remedy would have been to get a mental conditioning coach in that support staff. This is here so many support staff. There's as many as 17 or 18 support staff. So why not add another one? Add one extra support staff look at this mental aspect of the cricketers who they feel needs some counseling. So and nothing against KL Rahul, but time and again it has seen that he has succumbed. There has been some mental blockage, so as to say, very certainly looks out of the world, and the way and today's dismissal was a perfect example.
Very important points made by Devashish Sen there. Just to put it on record, the hockey team does have Paddy Upton, and he played a very important role, if you ask Craig Fulton, in the Paris Olympics campaign. So much so that the hockey team had planned a couple of days in Switzerland with Mike Horn, which was planned by Craig Fulton and Paddy Upton with Mike Horn, where he talked about his escapades and this whole point that Shomik and Gargi were talking about, fear of failure. That is what they were trying to address. It is not new in sport. It has happened with every sports person. It can happen with any one of us as well. We can be mentally not at our best. We need to address it because this is a reality of our times. KL Rahul is not the only one. I leave it at that. We will end with a clip from our Jamie Maclaren interview, which is, by the way, viral everywhere, where he talks about his love for bhindi masala, something that Gargi Raut loves as well. Jamie Maclaren and his love for vegetarian food, because I asked, so Jamie, give me a sense of what is Jamie Maclaren like backstage. Devashish was with me while we were shooting this interview. Here is Jamie Maclaren. The interview is on our platforms in Bangla and in English. Take a look at it as I thank my guests, Gargi Raut, Devashish Sen and Shomik Chakraborty, Shubhayan and Shahid Hashmi as well. Thank you very much for watching to everyone. We leave you with Jamie Maclaren.
How is Jamie Maclaren backstage? What do you do? I mean, music, food, cooking. Have you tried Kolkata Mishti? Is it too sweet for you? How is Jamie Maclaren backstage?
Yeah, good question. I like a bit of sport. I follow cricket very well, Australian sport, golf. They're the sort of sports that are outside of football. But, I've been enjoying a lot of Indian food. I've grown up with it. My parents do love it as well. And, at the moment, bhindi masala is the number one favourite for me. And going on the vegetarian side. But, yeah, look, it's an amazing culture. People are so friendly and, behind closed doors, I like to be a little bit reserved, and I've got a wife and a little baby that they'll be coming here in December, and I look forward to showing them this beautiful country.
I'll finish off with that. All I will say is December is the perfect